Hi, this is John. Welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, I hope you enjoy what you're about to see, and if so, please give me a subscription and a like, and I'd appreciate any comments that you choose to make. I'm here in Harriman State Park, where I was a few weeks ago. It's in Orange County, New York, and I am looking right now at some woodland. Basically, I do like to shoot woodland, although it's a bit of a challenge because, you know, the cliche about the woodland is about finding the order in the chaos. I think I have actually found a good composition, and hopefully I'll find a couple of more. So let's go take a look at what I'm looking at right now. Okay, so I'm set up here in front of, basically it's a line of ferns growing alongside this glacial boulder, heading right towards a fallen tree, of which there are many here, because of the fact that even though we're here in the Northeast, we do get hit by tropical storms. In fact, one just blew through here a week ago and knocked down a few trees. Not this one, because this one's been down a while. But this line basically leads the eye up through the frame from the bottom in a vertical composition to the log. And then beyond it, there's a stand of trees, including one that's right in line with the line of ferns. So basically, I'm just kind of using a leading line. It's going to take you right through the composition. I've got the camera set down very low with a 16-35 lens on, and I've got the camera low enough and pointed downward so that you can't see a lot of deadfall that's right between this fallen tree trunk and the trees that are standing up. You can't see them from where the camera is, so it should make a nice clean shot. I'm going to bracket this image. It's at F14, I believe it is. Let's see, go back in live view. Yes, F13 at 1.3 seconds, but I'm also going to bracket this like 3 shots, so a stop above and a stop below. I may do a focus stack, but I don't think I'm going to need it at F13 and from this distance, but I'll probably do it anyway just to see. All right, so let's trigger my delayed shutter. I've got 2.5 second timer here. And I'll refocus now on the log. I don't think I'm going to need more than 2 exposures at most. So I'm refocusing manually because it's my preference. I mean, a lot of people would use autofocus, and that would be perfectly fine. And just trigger my shot again. Yeah, I think I'm going to be pretty happy with this. What I didn't mention is that I put a polarizing filter on my lens also, basically just to take some of the sheen off the ferns. You probably really can't see that, but even on an overcast day like this, you'd be surprised how much ambient reflection there is from the sky on foliage. And polarizing filter is pretty much almost continually on whatever lens I'm using, just to reduce or remove any kind of reflections off of foliage, off of water, if there's water involved in the composition, and really brings out the color. So you're going to see this, the resulting image right after this, and hopefully you will be as pleased as I think I'm going to be once I edit it. Almost literally right behind where I was set up for the last shot I just took, I find another composition. This one is going to involve a set of fallen logs that are kind of crisscrossing each other and leading through a patch of ferns and right towards some other trees, which are actually kind of leaning from right to left. Actually, the only thing that's holding them up is the fact that they're leaning up against another tree that's off to the left, out of frame, and I'm sure the next storm that comes along, those trees will go down. But this is an interesting composition, I think, here. I'm going to take a few shots. Right now, the sun is kind of peeking out. I think it'll really look better in shade, so I'm going to take a bracketed series right now. But I think the ultimate composition will actually be better once the shade comes over. For the sunlit shot, I'm at f13 at 1/5 of a second with, again, my polarizer on, but this time I switched lenses to my 24 to 70 2.8. I'm at f13, and I've again angled down. In this case, because I want to cut the sky out of the sun, out of the shot. It will be basically some blue hot spots or white hot spots, depending if there's clouds in there. And basically, I don't want to have to deal with that. I could edit them out, but I'd rather not have to, since they're really not that interesting part of the composition anyway. So I'm going to take this shot, wait a while for the cloud to come over the sun, and then take the shots again. One thing about landscape photography, that often it involves waiting just for light to either come or go or be somewhere in between. I think this will be interesting. I think again that the shadow shot will probably be better, but I'm going to take this one right now. And I focus pretty much where the logs crisscross. That should give you enough depth of field, both forward and back, so that I should not need to do a focus stack with this. It's again, something that involves additional work. I don't mind doing it, but if I don't have to, I'm not going to. All right, so let's see where we wind up. Oh, back on the trail again, heading uphill. Don't know how clear a view I'm going to have from the top of this little mountainette, but so quiet and peaceful. Doesn't even really matter. Only thing that matters is whether my chronic leg injury will let me actually get up there, but it's really not that far. So onward we go. Well, I've got what I think is another composition here. Behind me, you'll see basically several bare trees contrasted against the shadows of the forest behind them. So that's basically my composition. I've got my 24-70 zoomed out to 70 millimeters. Unfortunately, I did not bring my 70 to 200 millimeter lens because I actually like to crop in even closer. But I'll probably cut this down to a square crop anyway. So I'm at f11 at 1/6 of a second. These will be once the sun comes right back out, because I think for this to really work, especially since I have the sun actually directly at the subject or behind my back or behind the camera, it's really going to need the stark contrast of bright against dark, because otherwise it's just going to look kind of muddy, But we'll see how this works. So I was just sitting here eating some lunch after the last series of shots, and hiker came along with the dog and chatted for a little bit, and then he left. But that's the only guy I've seen around here for about at least the last hour. It is so quiet. Quite a few jays around. It might be a hawk that they detect. Usually when you have a lot of jays and crows calling at the same time, it means that they detected an enemy. Can't see it from here though. I've come back down to the lake now. In fact, I'm right over by the parking lot, and I'm focused on some reeds at the moment. I think I'm going to work along the shore and see if I find anything else interesting. But this may be it for the day, because I'm hungry, and the bees or the mosquitoes and horse flies and whatever the heck else are out here are starting to chew me up. I guess I sweated through the deep woods off I was wearing. So I hope you've enjoyed this little trek to this part of Harriman State Park. I will be back for more videos during the summer, and certainly once fall hits, I'm sure the foliage is going to be out here crazy. So I hope you enjoy this footage. I hope you enjoy this video. Please like and subscribe and share with your friends. Thanks again. I'll see you next time. Bye. All right, I lied before. I found one more spot further along the shore of the lake, and actually I'm using right now a long exposure of about 25 to 30 seconds. I'm going to try a few different variations. It just finished because of the contrast between the foreground and the sky. But you can see I got a very interesting dead log, something sticking out of the water there. So that's a big part of the composition, and I don't think the clouds are going to be moving that much. It looks like a storm building out there actually. But in any case, I'll try a few different variations, and this should be my last exposure of the day. So I hope you like that little hike around Harriman State Park, at least this particular section of it, of Lake Chariati, I believe it is. If you liked it, please subscribe and hit that notification button, and give me a like and share it with your friends. Thanks again, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye. I'm back here at Harriman State Park, a park that I've not explored before. Actually, this park I'm not terribly familiar with at all, but I've hiked up from how's it going? I think so. I'll know when I get home and process them, but
The storm missed.
Hmm?
When I came here about an hour and a half ago, it looked like it was threatening rain. And they said,
Right, that was the forecast, yeah. Except that bilge. Okay, that wasn't very quiet, especially not with a lav on.